Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the e-classes now. Let us continue our lesson in geography. We are doing manufacturing industries, and in our previous class so far we have finished agro-based industries. Here the raw materials are produced in the farm and it is processed in the industries such as cotton, jute and oil seeds. So edible oil industries, these are agro-based industries we have already talked about. Now today we'll talk about mineral-based industries. So in this also there are two types, metallic and non-metallic mineral-based industries. First we'll talk about metallic industries such as iron and steel industry. We'll talk about that. Now pay attention and listen carefully. There are altogether 7 points. Iron and steel industry is called the basic industries. It is called the main industry, basic industry, because all other industries such as heavy industries, light industries, medium industries, they depend on these iron and steel industries for their machineries. All the machineries, they require steel, and they depend these industries, heavy industry, light industry, medium industries, directly depend on iron and steel industry for their raw materials. So number 2, production of steel and its consumption. You can see the production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index means pointer of a country's development. You can find out if a country is developed country, developing or underdeveloped countries by looking at the iron and steel industry, their production and consumption. By looking at that you can understand the country's development. So now here in number 3, iron and steel is a heavy industry. It is a heavy industry because the raw material is also very heavy. Iron ore is also very heavy and bulky, and the finished product which is the block of irons, the finished product is also bulky and heavy. It takes, and its transportation is, the cost of transportation is very high. That means the iron and steel industry must be located near the mine, iron ore mine, so that the cost of production could be reduced. So an iron and steel industry cannot be located far away because the cost of transportation is very high. The raw material is also bulky and heavy, as well as the finished product is also very heavy. So transportation cost is very heavy. So to minimize the cost of production, the location of iron and steel industry should be near the market, near the mines, iron ore mines, and where cheap availability of labor and other facilities are available. So you can see that during the process of steel production, while producing steel, while melting the iron ore, during the process of steel production, iron ore is required. That's a raw material. Cooking coal is also required, and limestone are also required in the ratio of 4:2:1. 4 parts of iron ore, 2 parts of coal, and 1 part of limestone. So these are the raw materials required in the process of iron ore. So you need a lot of iron ore, that's very bulky. They put in the furnace. Coal, along with the iron ore, they put the coal also and the limestone in this ratio. The iron ore is also, the limestone is also added there so that the impurities could be separated on the top, just like a cream in a milk. While boiling the milk, we get the cream on top. So similarly, the limestone will remove the impurities and separate, and the liquid iron is taken out from the lower end, and the top end, that is a sponge iron, it takes out, and the sponge iron. So some quantities of manganese are also added there. Some quantities of manganese are also added or required to harden the steel. If you do not add manganese, it becomes an iron. Just like you see the iron rod while building the houses, you see the iron rod, that's an iron. But if you add manganese, it becomes a steel. The total composition or its property changes, and it becomes rust free. That becomes steel. So you need to add manganese in order to change iron into steel. Understand? So now you can see now number 6. India ranks 9th position in the steel production in the world. In the world, India ranks 9th position in the production of steel and is the largest producer of sponge iron. Sponge iron, I have already told you that the impurities on top is taken out. It is not thrown. It is an sponge iron. From there you can make the drain pipes and hand pumps and some kind of utensils, knives and other tools are made from sponge iron. And India is the largest producer of sponge iron. So that is number 6. And number 7, the per capita consumption of steel in India is only 32 kg per person. So the production of steel is divided by the number of people, you will get the per capita consumption of steel. So it is very low in India compared to other European countries or compared to other developed countries. The per consumption of steel is very, very low in India. That means we need to produce more. So in India we export raw material. Instead of exporting raw material, we need to produce more iron and steel so that per consumption becomes higher. So the more the production, the better it is for the country's development. So as we have already seen that the production and consumption of steel is the index of development of a country. So our country export raw material, iron ore. The exports to Japan, South Korea, they are the greatest importer of iron ore from India. So instead of sending or exporting iron ore, we need to process that iron ore into steel or manufacture or produce steel or iron. Then we can export these steel and iron. So that is a value added goods. So in this way we can develop faster. So these are the 6-7 points. Now you go through the online portal properly. Don't miss it, otherwise you'll miss the classes also. Since you are not coming to school, you need to go through online portal. So every day I will send some points so that it will not become difficult for you later on. So you can understand. That's all for today. Thank you for your attendance and your presence. So we'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson.